Hey guys, welcome back. If I sound any different, which hopefully after a bit of editing I won't, or it'll be an improvement, my last headset, it was on its last legs, so I thought I'd switch to my other one, which unfortunately is not as comfortable, but the sacrifices that need to be made. So, when we last left off, we had just killed Mephisto, so we are now in Act 4, as you can see by the change in scenery. There's been a few changes to the character since then. I haven't really been around to the shops in Act 4 yet, but I thought I'd just do like I normally do and do a quick gear update. So we're still using Malice, we're still using Deer. We still have this chainmail, which I feel like if something's going to get replaced soon, it's probably going to be that. Just because, well, we have access to both Act 3 and Act 4 type armors now, and we have about as much strength to use them. So hopefully we'll find a replacement for that. We still have our resist amulet and our blocking shield. Still have the only 2 rare rings that I've found. We have our imp-hold, and if you noticed at the end of Act 3 on Mephisto, we actually had a set belt and set gloves drop. Conveniently, the belt that dropped was the Hussar's belt. So it's a pretty good belt. I believe our last one had plus 28 life and about the same amount of defense, being like 5. But this also gives cold resist, and more importantly is the fact that we already had the boots. So we actually, since it's only a 3 size set, we actually get set bonuses if we use both of them. So while Gorefoot over here is probably better than the Iron Heels here, it's not better than the set bonus, which gives us an extra 60 defense over here, extra 240 attack rating over here, and the added little bonus of attackers take damage of 5, which is a nice little hurrah, but not too useful. So the main thing this does though for us is it gives us a lot more resistance, which is always welcome, and these extra stats, I mean, why not? So in other gear news, I kept the resist lightning mace. I'm probably not going to use it for a long time, if ever, but it has resist fire and resist lightning, so I'm thinking at worst, if I'm worried about maybe Diablo, we could try and switch back into it, although hopefully we'll have a better weapon or better resistances by then. Gorefoot's chilling in our inventory, as is this Berserker helm, just because it has high fire resist, and I'm thinking, well, maybe I'll want it, so I'm hoarding a bit. Our small collection of gems and runes here. These are just specific jewelry that I'm holding on to. And if you're wondering what happened to the other gloves, they're right here. It turned out to be clay gloves. Now, there's kind of a mixed bag here. Slowing is useful, but the problem is knockback can be kind of unhelpful on a Zeal character, because you can kind of push the enemy away from you, which is good defensively, but you still need to kill people. So I'm going to stick with our original setup here. Besides that, here are our stats. You notice our fire and cold resist are a lot more respectable now due to the set we had. Here are the skills. So future plans as far as skills are concerned are pretty straightforward. We're just going to start leveling up Holy Shield. Now, we might want to stop when we're getting closer to 30, because we're probably going to want to put a point into obviously Fanaticism, but also possibly Redemption and Salvation. So we might want to hold on to our points. We might not want to, because I don't really know what level will be, but when we get to Diablo, so we might not need Salvation right away, or who knows. But those are the 3 skills to look out for. Otherwise, we're pumping a few points into Holy Shield. We probably want it to be around level 5. I believe that's when Holy Shield stopped giving multiple points to block per level. So that's when we're going to start chilling off on it and start worrying about fanaticism. Considering we're in Act 4, we are going to go and do the Fallen Angel quest, which gives us a bunch of skill points, so it shouldn't take too long for Holy Shield to get up to max level here, or I say max level, the 5 levels we want to put into it, which will free us up to put more points into something else, or we can continue with Holy Shield. I haven't really decided yet. All I know is we generally want to have 5 points or more in Holy Shield to start. Now, we are going to start heading towards Izual, who is in the City of the Damned, I believe it's called. Now, as far as Act 4 is concerned, there's a few mobs we need to be careful of. These Doomcasters are potentially one, although not as much as the Gloams, I think they're called, that come later. They're the more dangerous of these glowy ghosts. We also need to worry about, let me put on Holy Shield here, Venom Lords, who have a flamethrower attack similar to Fetish Shamans from Act 3. So that's something to be worried about. Besides that, normally on a melee character you would be scared about the Iron Maiden curse later on by the skeleton mages, but as far as I'm aware that's no longer a possible curse they can give you, so less worried about them. I'd say the main things are Venom Lords, Flamethrowers, and the Gloam things later on, which I believe still appear in normal. Maybe I'm thinking of the wrong things, but because I know these Doomcasters exist, but I don't think they're the ones people are scared of. Besides that, can't think of too much in specific. What would be nice is if we found some lifesteal on our attacks. That could be very beneficial to us. Because right now our life recovery isn't bad, but it's pretty much limited to health potions. Defensively speaking, we're in a relatively good place, but can't say the same for our recovery ability. Now, I probably will forget to put on Holy Shield a lot. That's just something I'm going to have to get used to now that I'm level 24. As we put more points into Holy Shield, you need to worry about it less because the duration starts adding something like 30 seconds every interval. So I'm going to try and keep on top of it, but I am positive I will miss it a few times. Also possible we won't have mana for it. I don't really want to start carrying around mana potions just for Holy Shield. Obviously, if we're in an important fight, I'll be sure to keep ourselves topped off, but other than that, I'm less worried about it. Now these guys steal mana, the Doomcasters, so that is not helping our keeping up with max mana here, but we are definitely not the most vulnerable to mana drain, considering how mana efficient Zeal is. I am taking a similar strategy from Act 2 of circling the edges of the map, just to make sure I can find a way to the next zone. Act 4 is a pretty small zone, so there's not too much to explore here. It's pretty compact. There's pretty much just like the small amount on the overland, and then there's the like lava underground area with the Hellforged, and then you are working your way towards the final area where Diablo is. Looks like we need to repair our weapon soon. I should double check that I didn't miss anything. Doesn't look like it. So it looks like our old saying of check the right is probably going to become true. Alternatively, I missed... Oh, I see. I think I missed it right on the left there. So let's just run back to town here. Just need to repair our gear. Still need to probably take off this helmet. I should probably talk to Kane.
Good evening.
Relatively high level rune there. Faster cast rate might be relevant if we were a caster. It's important to hit certain intervals of cast rate. So as you can see, there's only 2 waypoints, so my obsessive get all the waypoints won't be too difficult here. What I should have done before leaving was Holy Shield and then talk to the lady up there just to be topped off on mana, but it's not the worst thing. I am sorry to anyone who saw this here and watched me go right by it. So, Plains of Despair, we're looking for Mr. Izual. Here's a new unit type, the Knights. This area connects to City of the Damned, which has a waypoint and leads down into the River of Flame. And like I said, that's pretty much most of Act 4. It's not the longest area, but it has important quests. The Hellforge is pretty important for rushing. It's visual. Hellforge is important for rushing, and Izual is useful for his skill points. Now, Izual usually isn't that dangerous. The main thing about him is he is extremely tanky. Like, I don't know if you're noticing this, but this is my regular weapon, yet he is dying slower than Mephisto with our weak one. We are out of mana. It'd be nice if there was a mana potion nearby. But, oh well. Unfortunately, fortunately, he doesn't actually really do much, Izual. He's just really tanky, on normal at least. As you can see, our Merc isn't really having any issues keeping up with him. I'm pretty sure he is just healing naturally. I'm definitely not hitting anything myself. I'm just holding down the attack button in a very exciting fight here. Looks like, will we have to give a health potion? Probably not. Oh, this is the most tank and spank fight probably in the entire game. Izual doesn't actually do that much. Let's let him come up here. Tyrael was a fool, yeah. Some deep words from Mr. Paladin. And boom, so Tyrael gives you 2 skill points for doing that, so it's definitely worth the time investment because it's pretty much the exact same reward as Act 1 and Act 2, but put together, because obviously it's twice as much. Now, we can't put points into Holy Shield because we just turned 24. As I mentioned in, I think maybe the second video or something, you can't put more points into the skill than you have levels available to level the skill, if that makes sense. So, like, I think I used the example that I can't wait and hold all my points from like level 10 to level 30, and then once I hit 30, put all my points into fanaticism. That's not how it works. So, we need to put our points elsewhere. I'm probably just going to put them into sacrifice for more damage. Pretty straightforward. There we go. That's an extra 24% damage. Again, I should have talked to Jamila, is that her name? Before heading through. But oh well. So that's one quest down. I guess I will see you guys in the next one, and we'll go for the Hellforge. I'll see you guys then.